Hey, and welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I just wanted to make something similar to those videos where people show life hacks, but instead for Second Life. To be honest, all of these things on this list, I personally do. I feel like it only makes sense for me to tell y'all the things that I do that could possibly help y'all in the future. You never know. But before we get into the video, I wanted to announce the post that's in the thumbnail, which is by OG, and it is called Cutie Pie, and it is currently located at their main store, the Landmark, and other details will be in the description. So if you are interested, make sure you check that out. Also, if y'all have not seen, I posted a new picture on Instagram. Y'all, I've been meaning to post a new picture for the longest, but I just be procrastinating. But when I sit there and I get into that editing mode and I be taking my pictures and stuff, I really be locked in. I feel like before it used to take me way longer to edit my pictures, y'all. I promise you, it takes me maybe like 2 hours, maybe an hour, 30 minutes to like 2 hours if I'm not distracted. But if I'm distracted, it's gonna take me like 2, 3, 4 hours to edit a picture. Oh my gosh, I just love taking pictures for Instagram now. I need to start being more photogenic. I be seeing people, they be taking pictures, they be at the grocery store, they be showing like a first person POV of them like grabbing food with the cart in front of them, like stuff like that. Or like a girl, she'll have her hand, she'll be showing her nails, stuff like that. I need to start taking pictures like that. But anyways, getting into the video though, the first two life hacks deal with your house and paying your rent and stuff. So let me show y'all over here real quick. This is a hack that I've been doing. When I had one of my old houses, that's when I started doing this. I know I'm not the only one that's annoyed when you don't know exactly when your rent is due. Instead of you get a message in game and it'll be like, oh yeah, your rent is due in a day, your rent is due in 20 hours. Instead of me having to worry about that, when I click this box right here, it tells me how many more days I have left for my rent. So I have 5 more days. Well, kind of really 6, I guess you could say. Most of the time I use an object that's right by the door. I want to kind of make it realistic in a way. So I sit there. This is technically my front door because this is like a penthouse. I have these boxes right here. In my old house, I had packages and stuff by the elevator too, but I didn't do this because I forgot and I was being lazy. My previous house, I used to have this coat hanger, and every time you click the coat hanger, the little message pops up and tells you have this many days left, blah blah blah. So in order to even do this, you're gonna go on your inventory. If you just bought land, and this is also for AIM State, I don't know any other place that sells land and all that, but I buy my land from AIM State. If you shop at AIM State and you buy land from them, they're going to send you this welcome package thing, and it's gonna say AIM State welcome pack. All you do is just place this on the ground, click open, and inside is going to have this house ZOTAC thing, which is basically that's what the system is. When I click on the box and it shows me how much time I have to pay my rent, it's really this house ZOTAC script. So you're gonna sit there and you do copy only, it doesn't matter. Close out of this. So now it's right here, and then you place this down, and it's this little gingerbread house. I remember when I first started playing SL, somebody had this in their house, and the reason I don't have this in my house is because it looks crazy. Like, what is this supposed to be? Maybe you could put this in the kitchen, and maybe if it's around Christmas time, it could look like you making a gingerbread house. I don't know. Realistic wise, having this just like on my wall looks insane. So what I do is I just open this and I take this script out and just drag it somewhere in your inventory, and then get like a object where you're able to put stuff in the contents, and then you just drag the little script and put it in here, and then you could delete this, and then now when you click on stuff, it says your rent or whatever. Another hack that goes with your house and like paying your rent and stuff is putting this home pay system in your house. Y'all can see my favorite landmarks and stuff at the top of my screen. Y'all see where it say rent? I have this up here just in case, but I rarely go to the rent location, which is basically where you go to pay your rent for AIM State. I barely go there unless like I need something, or I don't know. For the most part, I don't really go there like that much. I have this is the only thing I have on my wall, which is like, okay, whatever. And basically you click it and you can pay your rent at home. It's literally in the name. Sometimes it be busy in there when you gotta pay your rent, and it be hella people. I think it's maybe like 6 or 7 machines. And then sometimes you might click on a machine and then it'll be like ATM currently in use by, and then it'll say the person's name. Y'all, I be like, dang, like all these machines taken up. I don't gotta really worry about that no more because I could just pay my rent at home. So like sometimes I've gotten on, paid my rent rant in my house and logged off. The next life hack that I wanted to say that I feel like is very important. I see a lot of people talk about this in my comments sometimes. If there is an update for your viewer, if you use Firestorm, if you use Black Dragon, if there's an update, please do not update it. Even if they tell you, oh, it's a new update, go to the website and download the update. Don't download that update. Do not do it. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Y'all do not know how many times I be seeing people in the comments like, oh, the new Firestorm update is trash. The new Black Dragon update is trash. I've literally had people message me on Instagram. They're like, the new Black Dragon viewer is trash. Like, I can't even take my pictures on there. Only time you need to update is if you really need to. Like, say if it's something you're trying to do on your viewer and it's literally not letting you anymore, it's time for you to update your viewer. But if you're still able to do all your daily functions or whatever it is that you do when you log on SL, do not update that viewer. It's not worth it. I promise you're gonna have problems. And this just goes for apps on like PCs and stuff like that. I've downloaded OBS because OBS is what I used to record. They always send me notifications, oh, new update available, you want to update now or update later, remind you later. And I'll be like, update later, because it's been times where I've been like, oh, let me get the update. I use the newest version and the newest version has glitches, bugs, and it's like I could have kept the old version that I had. Like, I wouldn't be having these problems. So going forward with almost anything, but especially Second Life, I do not update my viewers. I promise you I don't. So if you want to keep your good crisp graphics, do not update your viewers. The next thing I said was to recycle and reuse old hairs and hair bases. So this is for my girls. As y'all can see, just getting into my hair. Hold on real quick. Y'all, this lighting in my house is so pretty. Okay, so getting into my hair though, this hair is by Modals, but this hair base is not by Modals. I like to recycle and reuse my hairs and hair bases all the time. Some hair bases for certain hairs, they don't look right, or they might not look right with that specific hair. That don't mean I'm never going to use that hair base for any of my hairs in my inventory. So the hair base that I didn't decide to use, I still use that hair base for something else. It might be another hairstyle that I might put on and I'd be like, I don't really like this hair base. And then I could go back and be like, oh yeah, I bought that Modals hair, but I never wore the hair base with it. I'm finna wear the hair base with this hair. Look at you saving money. You know, they cost too much to not be recycling and reusing. And then the last thing I put on the list was using a video broadcast if you get on mic often and don't have a mixer. So for me, like I said, I don't get on mic like that as much. I really don't. I get on there every now and then, and when I do, I make sure I use the video broadcast. I had to find this out myself. I actually asked ChatGPT one day for some type of software that I could use to help remove background noise, to make my mic more crisp and clear. My mic does not come with that type of equipment, and I have a mixer, but it just doesn't work with this mic, I don't think. Oh no, wait, it actually does work for this mic. I just don't have it plugged up. If you do not have a mixer, and a lot of people don't have mixers, I mean, you can get a software type mixer, but I don't really know how to use those for real. Like, a lot of people have Go XLR mixers, like the little mixer on your screen. So the brand that I have my microphone, which is by Phyphon, I think I'm saying that right, they have a mixer. When I record my videos, most of the time I do not even use that. I sit there and using the video broadcast. So basically, this is what it's gonna look like when you download it. I'm gonna put the link in the description so that y'all can be able to download this too. It's free. Basically, I have on noise removal. Doesn't sound like it right now because, like I said, I'm not using this. This is when I talk in game. Say you're doing stuff on your desk, because I have a mic stand. Say you're doing something on your desk, you watching a TikTok on low volume, you might be playing with a pencil on your desk, you doing something, you clicking on your desk, whatever. With this setting, this noise removal setting, you won't hear that as much unless you're directly in the mic. But if you're not really directly in the mic, you're not gonna hear it, or other people, they're not going to hear it. And I tend to make excess noise. So the studio voice, it says it enhanced the quality of your mic. I haven't used that yet. Speaker effects, noise removal, blah blah blah. I don't have none of this on because I don't really care for that. But make sure you choose the right settings. Oh, they got a video version too. But anyways, make sure you choose the right settings. So make sure you choose your mic. So this is my mic, and then this is my output, which is my headset. Yeah, then also you're gonna make sure you go on your settings. So don't just do that and think you set and good. No, make sure you go on your settings and go to voice, and then you're going to sit there, and as you can see, this bar is moving. Y'all can't hear that, but I can hear it. So make sure you go to voice and make sure your output is your headset or whatever, and then make sure your input is the broadcast, not making your mic. And do that as well on Firestorm 2. So yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Those were a little life hacks, second life hacks. Like I said, if you're interested in the polls in the thumbnail, make sure you check the description. And if you're interested in that NVIDIA broadcast mixer setting thing that I just showed, it is also in the description for y'all to download. I got y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back with another video.